everyone, and welcome to the Game Corner for our first episode of the Battle Corner. We recently just wrapped up our first tournament ever with cash prizes. It was a lot of fun. We had some really good turnout. I am here with my wonderful co-host Sheldon.
Hey, what's going on? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm excited to see these battles.
Yeah, me too. So this was a Series 13 tournament, so that means anything goes. As many mythicals, as many restricteds as you want. We're going to see some really crazy teams, and the first round we're going to do is Kevin X-Rays Ovation from Pokesports. You may or may not know, probably do if you watch the podcast, and then Esquire, who you also may or may not know, is a player from Georgia VGC, very skilled. He and I have gone back and forth on games. It should be really exciting to see how these two do. I don't think I've ever seen them play before. Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting to see Series 13 because, I mean, nobody really has much information on it because, you know, not a lot of people are playing it, and it's just like
what is taking the spotlight.
Yeah, definitely has. Well, what do we have here? So Kevin's bringing a Victini Sun team.
Yeah, so it's also really cool is that each of these players have a mythical. We've been talking a little bit about how you can play pretty optimally without any of them.
Yeah.
We'll see what cool strategies they have. Victini Sun on one side and Melmetal Sun Room, I assume, on the other.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's taking the spot of, you know, your typical Kali Ice, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think Kali Ice might be a bit stronger, but you can do some cool stuff with that steel typing for sure.
Definitely. You can get the boost up and...
It's gonna be cool though, because these are both Sun teams, but they are very different Sun teams. One of you have I think Esquire is definitely playing on the slower side, and Kevin's playing on the faster side. But
yeah,
you
definitely.
do have that Lunala as the Trick Room answer, or the Trick Room, like the mon that can do well in Trick Room on Kevin's side.
Yep.
And you have the Venusaur on Esquire's that can go really fast. And we don't know if that Yveltal is carrying Tailwind on Esquire's side either.
And it looks like the safety goggles on there, so I mean we can see the items on Kevin's. So that Venusaur could possibly do some work. Beside it.
But yeah, better hope it doesn't you can totally lose games with Venusaur when you just toss a sleep powder into a goggles you don't expect, and then it's just over.
Yep. But this is why best of 3 is good, so that way we can you have time to figure that out.
Well, it's gonna have to do it quickly because this is a fast-paced meta. Let's see. I wasn't super paying attention, so we'll see what both the leads are here.
Venusaur, Yveltal, and then Yveltal Charizard, I believe, was Kevin's lead. Yep.
That's correct. Okay, yeah. So this is really interesting. I mean, obviously Charizard has the type advantage onto that Venusaur, but a swap into Groudon on either side will make Venusaur fast enough to sleep the Charizard. So yeah. So we see Kevin has the Tailwind on Yveltal.
He does have Tailwind, so that will kind of even everything out.
And all things being equal, Charizard has the higher base speed. So if he gets that Tailwind off, then all things considered, he should, because Yveltal isn't threatened at all by
and he's safe to protect here too, because he's got the goggles on the Yveltal. So, but we got to figure out what items are on Esquire's team.
Yeah, this is a really great play from Kevin, because like the worst case scenario is that he gets airstreamed, and even then he's gonna have the speed advantage with the Tailwind up.
Exactly.
Okay.
So get an Incineroar in.
That's interesting. I don't know that I love the play, but he's at least positioning a fake out for the next turn, so that's good.
It is a safe swap into the Venusaur slot, because if he max Wildfire, you're not really doing any damage.
But airstream though. But yeah, you're right. That would have been a great catch.
Yep. But now Kevin has all the speed in the world, and so
Charizard avoid that snarl.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a super aggressive play. He's swapping in Groudon. He's going for the Wildfire onto a Yveltal.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's no bad decision here, unless. So I guess it depends on the Yveltal. If he has Protect, he could Matt's Guard, get a parting shot off.
That would be a really ballsy read, but I'd love to see it.
We'll have to see. I feel like you almost have to max your Yveltal in this situation. Because if you don't,
Charizard's faster, so we won't know if that happened until after this max animation.
Yeah, because if you don't, you lose probably whatever is in that slot. It's a Life Orb Charizard in the Sun.
Was it Life Orb? Yeah, this is going to nuke literally anything. And with Ixen on the field, there's nothing that Esquire can switch in to take this attack. Oh, that was a bad read.
Let's get some chip. he got a crit.
a crit fake out.
Yeah.
But here comes the wildfire, and unless that's sash,
and this is
the residual will take it.
Yeah, this is the snowball effect here.
Yeah, I think the only thing on Esquire's side right now is that Incineroar is a fire type, so it won't take any wildfire chips. So he's effectively wasted a turn of the Charizard's wildfire.
Yeah, like I said, I would have liked to see like maybe a parting shot into it. That's usually a safe play into a Charizard, depending on your Incineroar spread, but.
That's a rough one, right? Because Life Orb Charizard in the sun is just so strong that even a parting shot actually doesn't do a whole ton. It's kind of wild.
And especially when you don't have a way to reset the weather.
Yeah. And now we're going to see Kevin can just go for this Airstream into Venusaur with no fear at all because he's got the Tailwind up. He's faster. And
swap into Groudon.
Groudon's not going to take it any better.
Nope. Even a Salt Vest isn't going to... It's not going to like it.
No, I mean, this is just rough, right? Like, it's easy for us to be backseating here, but like Esquire...
He was in a rough spot there.
Yeah, that position is not good. Like Kevin had a good lead, but he played it really well, and he just positioned himself masterfully here.
Yep.
But the Stone Edge miss. I'm not sure I get the point of the Stone Edge, and now Instin's gonna get that nice.
Yeah, he was safe to. I mean, Precipice Blades can miss too, but I mean, it was still a safe.
Yeah, it's more accurate than Stone Edge. I think he might have been trying to play around a potential Shuka Berry, but honestly, like the spread and the extra damage, I would have just gone for it. Gone for the P Blades.
I agree with that. But I don't know if it really matters because I mean, if the Venusaur's sashed, it's gone now. Like that's just.
Yeah, Esquire is in a corner here.
Yeah, that was just but this is the whole kind of almost Series 12 kind of thing. Like you get into a bad spot and there's so much damage on the board, it's really hard to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can just press with Blades, get some damage off, another Airstream, or Wildfire. And
Wildfire into the Venusaur. Okay, yeah,
I would beat. How many turns? I don't know how many turns are left to Tailwind. I guess I don't know how Venusaur ever beats the Charizard. It would take some super massive crits or something. But because if you can Max Guard, Tailwind goes down, then you have the speed advantage. But I don't think
Charizard still has that type advantage. Like, all it needs is one Blast Burn.
Yeah, I don't even think the biggest crit of a Vine Lash KOs it. So
this Max Guard is the right play, though. To be fair.
Definitely it is.
But Kevin's just going for the safe play with Wildfire into it. And the P-Blades. And
you can find out the item.
Reveal?
Nope.
Oh, the miss again. Okay. So now the Zard at -2, I think it actually is going to actually have an impact on it.
Yeah, that kind of puts it back at neutral. Once you take the Solar Power and the Life Orb boost down.
Yeah.
So Tailwind is out. Sun's still up. So I guess
we'll see, but that means that Venusaur is now the fastest thing on the field.
Yeah, but it's really it's a 2v4.
Yep. Blast Burn. We need some big RNG here for Esquire.
Definitely. Never say never though.
Absolutely.
See, but I mean, everything has a type advantage against this Venusaur, and there's a Zacian. There's a Zacian in the back, which is just the killer of the restricted format.
Yeah, just say Kevin's in a good position right now. I appreciate that. Like he is.
Yeah.
Is currently crushing it.
But, I guess it's good to kind of play it out if you can fish items. Yep. Fish items. If his Blast
Burn misses, then he's not in the worst spot ever.
No.
He just set residual, and now this Instin's in Sun, so its Flare Blitzes are gonna hurt.
Yeah, Flare Blitz. Oh, and it missed. It missed. See, and this is a Dark Aura boosted now Darkest Lariat, which is definitely going to get the KO.
That's correct. Wow.
Yeah, so this Yveltal kind of helps out the Incineroar, but it still has
it 100% did.
Still has a big advantage though.
Yeah, no, there's still a Groudon and a Zacian in the back.
Yeah.
So at this point, Kevin's really got to stall out Esquire's Dynamax, right? Like once the sun goes down.
There's one turn left to Dynamax, and then.
Because if he can keep both of these mons alive and prevent Groudon from coming out, his own Groudon from coming out, then the sun's gone and he gets the speed control.
Yep. So he's tailwinding. I don't know.
This is rough. He might have just opened himself up to a max flare, but it was a max guard.
Max guard. Okay. Yeah, that was the game. He needed to. If he had Weather Ball, like that could have really changed the game.
Yeah. Now the speed control's back in Kevin's favor.
Yep.
Now that said,
but he's about to set
this will kill.
Oh. Yeah. Ow. Wow.
In Sun, yeah.
It's still probably slower than the. I would say it's slower than the Yveltal, but
yeah, no, I mean, unless it's a very slow Yveltal, Venusaur should be slower. But I mean, okay, so it depends on the Venusaur's item, right? Because if it's Sash, then it doesn't. Then Yveltal's got this thing locked up because Sash is already broken.
But if it's Koba,
it can take it. I think.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it should.
It's kind of low, but
he also has to read where. I think you need a sleep powder at this point, right? And
yeah.
If you waste a turn on sleep powder and the goggles of Yveltal, like that information still hasn't come out yet.
Yep.
Kevin's just set on these stone edges.
I know.
Oh.
He's scared.
Got so much closer.
I wonder how many Pressman's Blades hurt him.
Right.
You can tell people that are scarred by it.
It is Koba.
It is Koba Berry. There we go. Esquire did a good job getting this game back around. So he lives it.
Yeah, this was an amazing comeback. It takes that where sleep powder into what? Oh,
into Groudon. Oh wow, that's big.
Called it.
Now if he Flare Blitzes that.
Flare Blitz in the Sun into what?
The Yveltal.
That's what you need off the field, right? Because you
you need that Yveltal
anyway.
Yep. Oh,
not quite.
You got the burn, but
burn plus Vine Lash.
Yeah. It'll be close. Oh, it's going to take it to it's going to be like 8.
So, okay, so here's what I want to know. That Venusaur showed it didn't have Max Flare earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think it has Protect? I've seen Protect Sleep Powder before.
Yeah.
If it protects this one turn, then it's in a great spot.
Yeah, because we only saw the Grass move. I mean, you can even have Grass move, Weather Ball, Sleep Powder, Protect, which I like that a lot. I like having Protect on the Venusaur.
No, Kevin, you need to avoid the Venusaur. You need to kill the Venusaur.
Right.
Groudon beats Ixen.
Here goes.
Okay. Owing into Ixen. So, I mean, this healing will be nice, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep it alive.
Like, you could have taken out the... It'll be close with life. This should live it. It's the Salt Vest.
Oh, after Vine Lash will kill it. I think Esquire just brought this back. Yeah, Groudon stayed asleep. If Groudon had done a P-Blades there, I would have won.
Yep. And
yeah, no, I think it's over.
Yeah, it should be.
Wow.
Because the sun's still up. Venusaur's faster. Yeah. No recovery for Groudon.
Doesn't even matter.
And it doesn't matter. Wow. How did he pull that out? That was crazy.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that that was just completely wrapped up.
Yeah, Kevin went such a lead. But it shows this game sometimes, man.
Yeah, I mean, that was combination masterfully done by Esquire and really unlucky on Kevin's part. Those all the Stone Edge P-Blade, Stone Edge miss, and the Blast Burn miss.
Yeah, but that Blast Burn miss, probably was the real. Yeah,
that was the one. If that lands, it's over.
Yeah. Man. Excited to see what game 2 brings us.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to see the I want to see the Melmetal and the Victini come out.
Me too.
I want to see the fun stuff. We're just playing Series 12 kinda, just with one more restricted.
that was Series 12 on steroids. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I hope they do bring out the mythicals. That would be a really cool just be a little selfish here. I'd like it for the content. Definitely.
He's thinking about it.
What are we doing, Kevin?
Jukinus. I would like also to see Esquire, go the Palkia lead.
Yeah, I mean the thing about I'd love to see his Melmetal, but Melmetal does not do well with this team.
No.
Victini, Groudon, and Charizard all just destroy it, and Zacian can Sacred Sword it. That's not going to be a great time.
if it's maxed and you don't have a Charizard, you might be able to do something in Trick Room, but
it definitely has electric coverage. It probably has rock coverage. Like if you can get Trick Room up, then it can do fine.
But I mean, also you could just stack, max Steel Spike and Quakes, get those defenses up.
Yeah, Palkia feels like it could be good here, right? Like
definitely.
The thing is that Sun boosted Zard does a ton of damage to small Palkia, so
yeah,
like, you kind of don't think about Charizard as a Palkia counter because it doesn't really make a whole bunch of sense, but it actually kind of is.
But still, I mean, a neutral
kind of force it to max.
A neutral hit from a max Charizard is still a big hit.
Yeah, I mean Palkia has insane special defense, but it does matter. It matters in that you can live on like red.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Definitely.
Okay,
so we get the Palkia.
Super aggressive, all restricted lead into Yveltal Victini.
Interesting. So he probably has a free trick. Oh, it does have Final Gambit, right? I think isn't that the Scarf Victini?
Yeah. So Final Gambit is the move that does all of your HP to them, right?
Yep.
So it looks like Kevin's really sticking to this Tailwind.
And Victini has 200. That'd be a lot of damage. 207 damage on something.
Yeah, Palkia's HP stat is like solid, but I actually don't think it's amazing. I think it's like 90 or 95 or something like that.
Yeah, it's close to 100. Victini's 100 though, for sure.
I think Palkia's is lower than 100. So if he's fully invested in HP, then he might just take an Oko.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Yep. Yep. There it is. Like that's such a dirty. It's so dirty.
That's so great.
It is though. It is a cool. It's like one of the very niche things that a restricted can do that you don't get anywhere else.
That's really true. Yeah.
And these guys need to stop running Stone Edge. No, like run Rock Tomb. Come on. Like Rock Tomb's clearly the better rock move.
Even Slide is fine. Like that extra 5% accuracy matters.
Stone Edge just feels like it might as well be like 20%. It might as well be an Oko move the way the percentage is on it.
Oh, this is rough. Okay, so
so
here's a question, and I don't know this calc off the top of my head. If this Groudon is AV, does it take a Wildfire?
Not maxed.
If it maxes.
If it maxes, yeah, it should. I mean, I don't know the spread.
Wildfire and Sun. Are you sure?
I know that is one thing I calc for on mine. I calc for that. I calc for that and Groudon or Kyogre.
Okay, so AV Groudon, like it basically, if Esquire has AV Groudon,
he has to max it here.
Then he has to max it here, Rockfall the Zard, and he has a chance.
Now, does it take a double up from Yveltal and Charizard? I'm not 100%. Yeah,
but he does have does he have fake out pressure, or was Ixen? Ixen just came out, so Ixen could fake out the Yveltal then.
Yeah,
that would be a really big read, and that depends on him having the right item.
Yeah, and why would you want to max your Yveltal when you have Charizard sitting there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so fake out on Yveltal feels like a fairly safe play then, right?
Yeah. So you should. He should be able to set up the Wildfire, but you can hit it with a max Rockfall and get the KO in return here.
Because I mean, so if that happens, let's say that happens, then Esquire's got whatever he has in the back. We don't know against Kevin's Zacian and Yveltal, so that'll still be rough. But I think it's his
Tailwind
here.
Yeah. Ixen still matches up good into what Kevin has, though.
That's true. Incidentization's solid.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say. In the Series 13 I've played, things like Ixen and all are still very strong.
Does it hit?
Oh, that's gone. Was that a crit? Or
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that had to be a crit.
We were talking about all these hypothetical game states, and I was like, no, explosion.
Yep. All the damage.
So we still don't know what item Esquire's Groudon is.
No,
because even AV wasn't saving you from that.
No, and AV wasn't living a crit. I don't think does anything really live a crit that's neutral
from
or
that. I don't think so. I mean, like Kyogre maybe, right? Like that,
Kyogre, but that's a resisted to a super specially bulky mon.
Yep. What are we looking? Oh my god, yes, this game's over. Okay.
Oh, Melmetal. Well, he brought it. They both brought their restricteds. Yeah, but setting up
their mythicals. Yeah, this is.
So I think Esquire needs to lead Ixen Palkia.
I think you're right. I think Trick Room is what he needs, and I think he needs more control going into the game, right? He's led super aggressively last couple of games. Venusaur was a little, at least had control options with Sleep Powder, but this game was just all offense, and if your opponent has the speed control on you in that case, then you're just done.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of the things, if you're playing this kind of format, and that, like, I feel like the Victini, you have to be aware of that. Like, that's something you just really got to be conscious of.
I don't blame Esquire for not knowing that. I didn't know that until super recently.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That was like between that and the Regieleki explosion stuff. That's like the two super gimmicky.
There's probably so much more too.
Oh yeah, that's some of the only ones that like can actually do something.
I've been playing a bit of the ladder on this, but past a certain point, people have kind of figured out that restricteds are generally stronger than mythicals, but it also means that I'm not learning anything.
Yeah, but I don't think there's much to learn. If they need to be played with Series 9 rules, I think.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, we've talked about this. I mean, you got to find these niche cases like Kevin has here, right?
Yeah.
Choice Morph, Final Gambit. That's huge. That is.
But the second
100 HP is more than a lot of pretty Pokemon have, like Palkia.
And if most of them don't even run full HP investment either. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you run 244 HP, you're dead.
Man, that's crazy. I'd also love to see that like Victory Star move or whatever it's called. Like
V Star. It's like
V-Star, that's the one,
180 base power move. Like, yeah. Oh, we're leading Zacian now.
I like that. It's like an aggressive mix-up too. And I'm gonna say this is actually really good. He might be. This is a great counter to a potential Ixen plus Palkia lead, because now you have two Mons that can Oko it. You can't. You force a max in this case. But Palkia Groudon again. What is? I wonder what Esquire sees in this lead.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like you have to lead Ixen, but.
Yeah, I mean, even an intimidated Zacian can kill Palkia with Play Rough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know the full calcs on the Palkia.
Yeah, okay, I played a good bit of Palkia for a while. Yeah, it was it's rough. So it's one of those weird cases where you like as an Ixen player, you have to fake out the Zacian and let the Kyogre live and let it just kill your Ixen, because otherwise you never get triggered up. Yeah.
He's a sub.
Oh, sub
Zacian.
Okay.
And I feel like this would be a good call, because I would be thinking, okay, he's got to go. He's going for the Palkia. Okay, yep. And now he's about to lose his Groudon unless he maxed it.
Yeah, I mean, man, Esquire. If Esquire just pulled the trigger and clicked Trick Room, this would be a very different game.
Yeah.
I mean, Zacian would still have the sub up is the thing.
He's maxing, so he could break.
I really like this play. On
he could break the sub. Yeah.
But Kevin still played around it really well. Like this, this Final Gambit's going to do probably literally half, right? Because Groudon would die to it normally.
Yep.
Zacian's going to eat up the hit. He's going to take 25% from a Groudon Max Quake, which is nuts. And like, yes, your Victini's down, but sacrificing it for half your opponent's Dynamax Mon's health.
Oh, it was Citrus.
So no AV.
So the AV's probably on that Melmetal then.
Yeah. But I mean, Kevin's just in a fantastic position now, and he gets that free switch in to whatever he wants, probably the Charizard.
Yep. And this thing does not want to take a Wildfire in the sun, even at +1.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And, you know,
not after that much damage, right? Like, if it was at full health, then that Quake would have let it live. But but now it's done.
Yeah, this is another rough spot.
I mean, we called it way too early for Kevin in game 1, so we'll see what Esquire can pull out.
Actually, you know what? This is true, and we know Kevin. We know he can misplay. we've seen him play enough.
Brutal. Yeah, actually, this Zacian doesn't have Play Rough, so
yeah,
and Ixen Palkia would have been a really good lead here. But.
But he never showed it, so I mean, Esquire didn't know. Man, I still wish he would have led the Ixen. Like. That would I feel like that was such a safe lead into whatever Kevin led.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially setting up the sun right away, because that kind of hurts Palkia's max. You know, in case you want to, you know, max the water, Max Geyser or something.
Yeah, no, that. Now you're in a rough spot. I really like this play from Kevin. Because, I mean, he took the fake out, of course. But I mean, this Wildfire is going to kill Groudon. But there's a world where Esquire could have gone Max Guard, Groudon, Flare Blitz, because I think most Insins will take a Sacred Sword.
That thing lived on one. It lived on one.
But the Zacian protected.
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to go down after this, but...
Oh, that's wild. That means that crit game one still might have mattered then.
Yeah. I think it probably did. It's a very bulky Groudon.
Not after Wildfire Chip, though.
Definitely not after Wildfire Chip. Oh, man, that hurts. So...
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't have a max.
See what he has in the bag.
Yeah, we know their Palkia is there.
That's true. The Ixen didn't pivot; it wasted its attack on a fake out, right? So
yeah, he needed to I feel like you want to fake out probably just to make sure, but Parting Shot would have.
Yeah, if you had Parting Shot, then you could have had Ixen Palkia with a fresh fake out on the field, and then
it would have been a little bit safer.
-1 Zard will have to let Palkia get the Trick Room up, and you're in a different position, you know.
Yep. Oh, it had Protect.
It might not even have Trick Room, which is weird, right? Because I feel like Melmetal really wants it.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, he can get the KO on Zacian here. Flare Blitz.
Yeah, that's very true. And that Protect was a great call.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect to Protect on it necessarily. You know, a lot of them don't have it because you got to have the coverage.
Absolutely. Flare Blitz into Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
We got the KO there.
Pulling it back. And don't forget, I mean, that Vectini killing itself is very much a double-edged sword. That means that
you're instantly down.
Was lost too. Yeah.
And Charizard does sit there and take the chip from the sun. You know, it usually ends up mattering. Into Yveltal.
That is interesting. I don't know what to make of this. I mean, Snarl is really going to be bad news for that Palkia, right?
Yeah.
But Esquire has another mod.
And depending on this Incineroar spreads too, if it can take an Airstream and Darkest Lariat, that's going to do a lot of damage to that Charizard probably.
Yeah, with the Dark Aura, like you said last game, yeah.
Yeah, the Dark Aura boosted, it's going to take Life Orb Chip, and it's going to take Sun Chip. Let's see who he targets. Oh, he targets the Palkia.
Yeah, done.
So, I mean, Incineroar gets a hit.
This Instin's probably either going to attack or get to Parting Shot here. Yeah. I think I'd prefer an attack in this scenario. Like, you just need damage on the board when it's their last two.
And I would
definitely... Fake out next turn could be nice, but...
Snarl... That's not going to matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the Snarl play there.
Guess he didn't think it would KO. All right, so he's going for the damage.
In the sun. Not enough. It also has a bulky bird.
It gets a burn again, though. But Charizard's going to be little again.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to what this final mon is, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not Melmetal. Because it's not going to like this situation. Oh, Yveltal.
Oh.
Now that...
Okay. This just got interesting.
And depends on what Yveltal set he's running. We know
once again, Esquire's pulling this thing back. That's crazy.
Yeah, he is clawing this thing back. I mean, he has the health advantage at this point.
He does. I mean, the Charizard can nuke either of them with Ancient Power, actually. But,
yep.
We actually don't know the item on the Yveltal.
We don't.
It could be AV.
It could be AV, could be Assault Vest.
So we do hit this Blast Burn.
That's gonna... Oh, yeah.
That's it.
I was hoping maybe he had Sucker Punch or something.
Sucker Punch might have just flat out killed Zard.
Yeah.
You know, or at least a Dublin. I don't know, actually.
But, I mean, so if he... Incineroar is going to kill itself if it... Oh, that was a crit, too.
That was a crit, yeah. No, I think it's still wrapped up for Kevin now.
Yeah.
Because what a game.
Because Flare Blitz is going to do so much damage. Oh, no, not enough. No.
Yeah, that wraps it up. Yeah, what a game. What a set.
Or if he could have even sucker punched the Yveltal, something that would have taken it out. Because Charizard would have
loses here, but yeah,
it might have been able to, you know, I don't know how much Darkest Lair would have done from that range.
You're right because of the recharge from
it would have had a recharge. Wow, this was close. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my god.
Wow.
What a great first set. We're going to do more from throughout the tournament, and we'll cap it off with the grand finals, of course. Not going to spoil anything. Hope to see y'all in the next video.
Yeah. Later, everybody.